Play. Welcome back to another video here in the UnknownStories, and today we're going to talk about the Betty Andreasson case, the alien abduction with witness. That's right, guys. So, in nights of January of that year, began like any other winter evening in south of Massachusetts. The air was freezing, snow covered, it covered the ground. And inside the cozy wooden house, a family was settling down, and Betty, a mother of seven children, yeah, dude, 7 children. Oh, yeah. Mother of 7 children was in the kitchen. Her parents were visiting and the kids were left in the living room. It was a picture-perfect scene of domestic peace. Suddenly, the lights... Oh my fucking gosh, dude. Hold on. Suddenly, the lights throughout the house began to flicker violently. A strange low frequency hum vibrated through the floorboards, so deep it could be felt in the chest. Before anyone could move it, a brilliant, pulsating orange red light appeared through the kitchen window. That's right, the kitchen window. That's right, dude. And floating the... What's going on? Stop laughing, the comment. Alright, stop laughing. Alright. Flooding the entire house in a unnatural, sickening glow. Betty's father rushed to the window. Right. Thinking a fire had broken out outside. What he saw instead made his blood run cold. This is the crew, dude. 5 strange creatures were leaping toward the house with a bizarre... right. Here. With a bizarre floating motion. They didn't walk. They seemed to defy gravity. Alright, that's amazing. Within seconds, the walls of the house seemed to mean nothing. The creatures passed straight through the solid wooden door as if they were wood made of ghosts. That's it, man. The boys, or the X-Men. Oh my gosh. That's it. Oh, they're so cute. Look at... Fuck off, man. Stop laughing. Alright. Okay. Within the seconds, the walls of the house... And then, the universe went completely silent. If you think you know everything about alien abductions, what happens inside that house will challenge everything you believe about reality. Because this wasn't just a physical kidnapping. Oh, why? It was a terrifying dive into a cosmic nightmare. That the human mind was never meant to comprehend. As these entities stepped into the kitchen, a wave of absolute paralysis hit the family. Betsy watched in a horror as her father, her mother, and her seven children instantly froze in place, like statues trapped in the time. Alright? They were completely unconscious. Oh my god. Were completely conscious. That's it, man. Conscious. Oh my god. Eyes wide with terror, but unable to blink. Breathe deeply or scream. Alright. That's it, man. Only Betsy was left free to move. Only Betsy was left free to move. The entities were small, barely 5 feet tall. They had massive pear-shaped heads, skin the color of cold clay, and oversized, hypnotic, completely black eyes that lacked any human emotion. They wore tight, fitting blue suits with a strange emblem of a bird emblazoned on their sleeves. Betty, deeply religious, tried to combat her rising terror. Oh my god, I didn't see this. Oh, look that. Tried to combat her rising terror of reciting verses from the Bible. Alright. In response, the leader of the creatures, who later identified himself through telepathy as Quasgar, I'm Quasgar, did something highly unusual. He didn't attack, he communicated directly into her mind, his voice sounding like a mixture of scrappy metal and soothing whispers. He told her they were not there to hurt her, but to deliver a message, to calm her. Quasgar took a small, gloomy, mechanical device from his suite and passed it in front of Betty's Betty eyes. Oh my god, don't help! Instantly, her panic vanished, replaced by a chilling drugs-like state of compliance. Alright. They led her out of the house, floating just inches above the snow, toward a massive disc-shaped craft that hovered silently above the trees. Oh my fucking gosh, dude. There around the craft smelled intensity of ozone and burning souffleur. What happened inside that vessel would take years of intense, specialized hypnotic regression to uncover, because the human brain simply tried to erase the sheer terror of experience. Else inside, Betty was stripped of her clothes and subject to a painful, deeply invasive medical examinations that defies scientific logic. She was forced into a translucent chair, and the creature inserted a long, flexible silver needle out directly through her nose and into her brain. The pain was blinding, but the entities told her they were extracting memories. Next, they inserted another needle directly into her navel, claiming they were testing her reproductive system for a grand cosmic project. But the physical torture was nothing compared to the climax of her journey. The entities didn't just study Betty, they transported her. Oh my god. She was taken deeper into the craft, into a section that didn't look like a spaceship, but rather another dimension entirely. She described it passing through a wall of liquid glass and entering a world where everything was sickening. Sickening, monochromatic, shade of gray. There is no buildings. There is no buildings, just endless tunnels of strange organic architecture. As she floated through this gray realm, she suddenly witnessed something that made her scream out in pure horror. She saw thousands of human bodies. Oh my fucking gosh, man. Where's the human bodies? Let's search. Oh, we don't have any human bodies here, alright? Alright, this is the kids? Alright, dude. Let's finish this. And what happens? She saw 1,000 of human bodies completely naked, preserved inside a giant showing green tubs of liquid. Oh my god. Liquid. They looked alive, suspended in a state of perpetual sleep. The entities were harvesting humans on a scale no one could have ever imagined. But the journey wasn't over. She was led out of the grey world and into a place of blinding, suffocating white light. In the center of the massive void stood a colossal creature. It wasn't a grey alien. It was a monumental, terrifying entity that looked like a cross between a giant praying mantis and a burning angelic figure raising head and power. The creature spoke, not with words, but with a vibration that shook Betty to her very core. It told her that humanity was destroying the earth, that a great cleansing was coming, and that she had been chosen to carry a genetic seed. Oh my god, dude. Alright, let's continue. To carry a genetic seed. Then, just as quickly as it began, the experience was forcibly wiped from her conscious mind. Betty woke up in her kitchen, the clock on the wall resuming ticking. Her family blinked, suddenly released from their paralysis entirely. Unaware that the hours had passed. To them, it had only been a momentary flicker of the lights. Betty felt a strange emptiness, a lingering sense of dread, but she could remember why. For years she suffered from horrific nightmares, unexplained physical ailments, and a terrified phobia of the dark. It wasn't until a team of highly respected investigations, including engineers and psychologists, put Betty under strict forensic hypnotic regression that the dam broke. Over hundreds of hours of tapes, Betty relived the horror, crying, screaming, and describing the exact same details with a flawless consistency, never once changing her story. Skeptics tried to tear her account apart, but lie detectors tests, psychological evaluations, and independent family testimonies all concluded one thing: Betty was not lying. Oh my god, dude. She genuinely believed every single word. But here, oh my god. But here's the most terrifying part of the story. The absolute mind-shattering revelation that investigators discovered only at the very end of their research. When ufologists analyzed the drawings Betty made under hypnosis, specifically the bizarre emblems on the aliens' uniforms and the strange geometric patterns of the tunnels she walked through, they noticed something chilling. Years later, completely independent abductees from different parts of the world, people who had absolutely no connection to Betty and had never heard of her case, were put under hypnosis by different doctors. Yeah, this is true, bro. This is very, very true. When asked to draw what they saw, they drew the exact same bird emblem. Oh my god! No, this is strange as fuck. They described the exact same needle through the nose. And they described the exact same giant insect like angelic entity in the white light. The same emblem, the same angelic creature. Oh my god. But a final blow came when investigators looked into Betty's medical history and the history of her children. They discovered that Betty, along with 3 of her daughters, possessed a highly rare anomalous blood abnormality that doctors could explain, a genetic marker that seemed to have been artificially altered. A blood that was altered, man. This is crazy. The terrifying truth of the Andreasson Affair is not that a woman was taken from their kitchen. The truth is that entities didn't just visit her house. The genetic data proved they had been marking her family for generations. They had taken her grandmother, they took her children, and right now they might be waiting for the next generation to fall asleep. Oh my god, they aren't exploring our world, they are managing their inventory, and we are the cattle. This is not cool, man. I don't feel that I'm comfortable. I don't feel good with that. This is crazy as fuck, man. Oh my god, I don't feel comfortable about that. Yeah, I'm really happy that to see these UFO abductions, these stories, and especially when the people like ufologists and the doctors and the lying tests, all of this is on the game. Like, it's amazing. Yeah, dude, it's an amazing thing. Oh my god.